I know this is going to seem really weird, but it came to our attention. Well, let me back up. Let me back up.
I was
So,
like, do you even have to bring this up?
well, they're going to hear it out of order. So,
Are
listen,
they? Why don't you just do this one first?
listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. So we had this plan. We're going to re-review the entire MCU, right? The whole thing, right? We started and we reviewed every movie separately, watched and reviewed them, bam, 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 bam. We just did Black Panther, but we realized we never did Iron Man 1 for some reason. So 18 movies later, we're doing Iron Man 1 first, and it's the first one you're gonna see, but just know that it's like the 18th one. So you're gonna get this one, it's gonna be super high quality, and you're gonna listen to the next one and be like, what the hell? They sound like they've never done this before, because we didn't. Iron Man 2, whatever, Hulk, whatever it was. That was the next one. That was the first one we did. All right, all right. So, Iron Man 1 in
Oh my god.
2008. Um, uh, Superhero movies are pretty much trash. Maybe fun trash, but still kind of trash. Nobody's really taking it seriously. Marvel's tired of people shitting on all their movies when they have some of the greatest superhero stories ever. So they decide to make their own movie. Take a big chance on a struggling, sort of famous actor who had been struggling with personal issues and
Like,
hired.
yeah. At this point, nobody wanted to even
Yeah,
work with
nobody wanted
RDJ.
to work with Robert Downey Jr. They hired him to be Iron Man. They hired Terrence Howard, who was much better known and much more respected in Hollywood at the time, to be the most well-paid actor on that cast. They hired the man who would go on to play Happy Hogan, John Favreau, to direct the movie. Now, this is very important because when you are starting something new, you're trying to establish a field, right? Trying to establish a world. What are the rules of the world? What does it look like? What does it sound like? What are the people like? Yada, 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 right? Favreau established a grounded superhero world where everything exists in a way that it could exist in real life. Not in the same way that like Sam Raimi got, 30-year-old people walking around in high school flipping jello and catching it, and none of that. As in like a actual Elon Musk type warmonger who makes weapons of mass destruction basically and sells them to militaries, becoming a victim of one of those weapons and getting the inspiration to use those repurposed parts of those weapons to create a suit of armor that allows him to escape his captors. Right? Okay, simple enough. But because he realized the danger and the issues that his profession causes, which he would never have ever come into contact with that if he wasn't kidnapped in the first place, right? So he's kidnapped. He sees the death and destruction that his weapons cause because he almost dies to those same weapons. So he immediately shuts down that part of his billionaire company. He's basically Bruce Wayne, you know what I'm saying? And he starts on his road to becoming Batman. He uses his technological engineering expertise to create a better suit of armor, which he uses to then fight crime as Iron Man. And that's basically the plot that began the MCU. Marvel wanted to. Their plan was to take 5 of the most well-known, but still at the time very C and D tier heroes in the MCU. Because you got to remember, at this point, Spider-Man, the X-Men, Ghost Rider, stuff like that was the top of Marvel. That's what's selling. That's what's hot. That's what the kids like. Literally nobody in the world gave a damn about the Avengers. Nobody. Which is why Marvel had the rights to make the movie in the first place. Because everybody else had bought all the important rights. This is all they had. So they they took a risk, put up their own money, and they made Iron Man 1. What'd you think of the movie?
Oh my god, we could talk about the actual movie now. Oh my god. Okay, cool.
This
So I
man,
did. So they did an amazing
there's going to
job
be a lot of this
establishing.
bullshit in the next 50 reviews. I just want you to
Like,
know.
yeah,
Pre-warning you. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah. Okay, so I think they did an amazing job establishing Tony Stark just as a character. The famous billionaire, playboy, philanthropist. That
Mm-hmm.
yeah, they basically established that is what he is here, right? Especially with the random hookup with the reporter, his general snark. Like it's all just front and center. Like they don't even try to hide it. It's not subtle. It is in your face that this is who he is. One thing that I thought that they also did very well is the build up to like the final version of the Iron Man suit.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas like you see like I don't even know if you want to call it Mark One. You call it Mark Point Five. That original suit he built to
That was Mark
get
1.
him.
Yeah.
That was Mark One. Okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So the Mark One to get him out of being captured. It's like
Extremely comic accurate, too. That's exactly what Iron Man looked like when he
yeah,
first came out.
like yeah, yeah. So you could tell it has a bunch of problems, but it's like this is step one. Like and then that when he gets back, he fine tunes it and it starts to look like the suit, and then you see him trying to the the flight and the repulsors, all of that stuff, and I all leading up to like the yellow and red suit that we know when he goes and flies over and just what country is it? I don't remember. So yeah, you'll also find that sometimes minor details just blank in my memory. Sorry, but blame the
I
ADHD.
don't, yeah, I'm not sure that they always use a real country. Sometimes it's just like Durkistan, you know what I'm saying? But then other
Yeah,
times, like they'll actually be in like Lagos or something, you know what I mean?
Tony, hears about some people being like captured or taken hostage. So what does he do? He gets in the suit, he flies over, and just handles it, just straight
Yeah.
up one man army. That's also where you get the get the famous scene of him walking away from like an exploding tank or whatever that
Hmm.
was. Like yeah, so again, I think this movie did a lot right, and even when we watched it, it was still entertaining. Like today.
Exactly. And then the movie's mad old. There's people probably watching this video who were not even born when this movie came out,
Look,
which
you
is
want to know how
make
you
it,
want to know how old this movie is? You want to know how old this movie is?
what, 16 years old, something like that?
So this movie came out in 2008, right?
Mm-hmm.
That means they had to start filming before it, which
Mm-hmm.
means there is not a single iPhone in that movie.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Not even
That's
the
right.
first iPhone is in that movie. That's how old this movie is.
That's right. All right, so yeah, great movie, great time, great job at establishing the MCU. All credit for that goes to Jon Favreau. Establishing the most fan favorite character. I will not call him the best character. You know all about the glaze, or you're gonna find out if you don't already know
Like,
who the
like,
best character is. But he definitely was the most fan favorite character because of his quick wit and just general off the cuff, remarks that could be pretty entertaining. Um, but yeah, so what do you give it?
I give it a 3.5.
Three point
Wait, no,
five
no, no, no. I'll give it a 4.
four. Okay. I'm gonna give it a 3 because as much as I like Iron Man and what it established, I like Iron Man 2 better and what it established. It hones
Mm-hmm.
everything, takes everything that Iron Man 1 is like Clayface in his looking like a pile of dookie form. And Iron Man 2 is like when he like You know what I'm saying? Just flexes, and then he's like a person.
What? Dude,
What the hell am I even saying?
I don't know. The fact that I still choose to deal with you is a testament to something. I don't know what, but it's a testament to something.
Look, y'all know what I'm talking about. Don't act like you ain't never seen Batman the animated series. I know that makes me old as hell because I used to watch it. So, yeah. So what was it? 7? 7 is great.
Yeah.
It's a great
Yep.
start. Around here, 7 is not the average. I don't know how the internet got to that point. Probably watching too much IGN. But around here, 5 is the average. So as long as it's over 5, it's great. You know what I'm saying? And you're going to see there isn't too much in the MCU that is 5 and below. You know what I mean? And even those movies, spoiler alert, are not that bad. So, next will be whatever. It'll either be Hulk or Iron Man 2.
It's
I
Hulk.
can't remember.
It's Hulk. Hulk is next.
But then, but in actual time, for really real time, we'll be moving on to Infinity War, because we had to make this side thing. So, yeah. We'll catch you in the future. Bye.